Back in 2016, candidate Trump made big promises. Promises to drain the swamp, promises to fight for working people, promises to ignore lobbyists, promises to stand up to Wall Street. Well, it is clear now that those promises were just part of the scam, a scam that has paid off handsomely for Wall Street, paid off handsomely for every corporation that can hire an army of lobbyists or drop big money at a nearby Trump hotel. Paid off handsomely for every billionaire or corporate executive who has pocketed part of the $1.5 trillion tax giveaway. Paid off big time. But for American families, the payoff still hasn't arrived. And there's more payoff for big corporations as the Trump administration rolls back worker protections. The agenda? Take away overtime from pay from millions of workers. Delay rules to limit workers' exposure to chemicals that cause lung disease and cancer. Stack the National Labor Relations Board with people who have spent their careers busting unions. And how about the important environmental protections that protect the health of our families, the one we put in place to make sure that we can drink the water and breathe the air? Well, President Trump started by appointing Scott Pruitt to head the EPA. Corruption oozes out of his office. From wasting hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars to cutting deals to make himself rich to doing the bidding of the highest paid lobbyists. Consider clean water. The Clean Water Rule is designed to protect drinking water, but industry opposes the rule because it means they can't dump toxic chemicals in the water or spread toxic waste on ground where it might run into drinking water. And since industry doesn't like the Clean Water Rule, Scott Pruitt has come up with a plan for ending it. Or think about pesticides. 3 years ago, the EPA decided to ban a dangerous pesticide that puts our children at risk. But right after Scott Pruitt met with the CEO of Dow Chemical, the rule was gone. Or power. The Clean Power Plan is the biggest step we have taken to fight against climate change. But once Scott Pruitt met with executives from Big Coal, the EPA announced its plans to end the rule. In just over a year, the administration has worked to roll back more than 60 environmental rules, from revoking car emission standards to undercutting efforts to limit methane gas in the name of deregulation. Pruitt has told corporations they can boost their profits by poisoning our waters, fouling our air, contaminating our food, and threatening the very planet we call home. All told, the Center for American Progress estimates that Pruitt's rollbacks will cost the American people about $260 billion a year. And some of those costs will be measured in hospital admissions and funeral bills. This is a critical moment for our country. The Republicans control both Congress and the White House, and they are using their control to fulfill their corporate deregulatory agenda that promotes profits for executives and investors over the safety, security, and opportunity of everyone else. And yeah, that's pretty grim. But I am here today because I am an optimist. I am an optimist because I believe that change is possible. I know it is hard. Ending the war against America's families will take us a lot of fights on a lot of fronts. We can't win until we pry our government free from the grip of the rich and the powerful. And that's why, in the coming weeks, I will introduce sweeping anti-corruption legislation to clean up corporate money sloshing around Washington and make it possible for our elected government to actually work for the American people again. My plan will padlock the revolving door between government and industry. It will eliminate the ability of government decision makers to enrich themselves through their government service. It will empower federal agencies to pass strong regulations that benefit the public by ending corporate capture of the regulatory process. Ending this war on public safety and competitive markets will also require standing up and making the case loud and clear. Strong government rules matter. We cannot, we must not accept a government that works only for the privileged few. Government remains the best tool we have to create a level playing field so everyone, white, brown, black, young, old, everyone gets a turn. Government is the best tool we have to make sure that everyone, male, female, rich, poor, everyone who pitches in gets a shot at success. Government matters, and we cannot be afraid to say so. Change is coming. When we send a message that corporate profits and powerful interests cannot overpower the health, safety, and economic well-being of hardworking families, we fire a warning shot. This is our time, our responsibility, our chance to build a country where government works not just for the rich and powerful, but government that works for the people. That's what this is about. Thank you all.